Hello. Right, following on from the last stream that I did, might notice a few little bit of a difference. I'm no longer a pugilist. Couldn't really get on with it, to be honest. Like the whole the combat system, combat was fine, but it was just didn't feel the flow. So I went for a gladiator. Put a little bit of done a little bit of work to catch up with the story. Now got the brand new armor, so I've gone through the Hall of Novice and everything, so I'm a little bit higher level than what the story quest is, but hopefully that should make things go a little bit smoother. So on from that, let's get with it. So following on from the last quest that I did, I've spoken to Momodi, and I've got the next one, which is speak with Dadanan at Horizon. So I've also done a little bit of exploring, just so I can gather like the aetherites or certain aetherites and that. So if I go to the teleportation one, you'll see I've been to Gridania. I walked there through Thanalan. I went through like northern Thanalan, so I've gone. That was a bit of a sort of like touch and go moment going through there. Excuse me. Obviously, because northern Thanalan itself is a level 49 area, so my sprint button kept getting hit constantly as soon as the cooldown had finished. But right, let's get the old Chocobo and go Horizon. I'd rather spend 5 gil than over 100 gil just to get to Horizon. I just can't wait till I get my own mount, which, if I remember rightly, you get just after Ifrit, which is like a level 20 quest, something like that. Which is when you join the Grand Company. I think you can access the mounts. Also done a bit of work on the hunting log for the gladiator to obviously help get up to the level that I am. But this armour that I'm using at the moment, that can probably take me up to like maybe level 25 at a push. So it's not too shabby. Also looks pretty smart. So it looks very similar to the one that Mila's got, like the guild master for the Gladiators Guild. And Dadanan. Well, let's see what he has to say. Darkus, I presume. Aye, Momodi said to expect you, and so I have. Welcome to Horizon. Ours is a trading settlement that sees goods in from the port of Vesper Bay to the west, and trade we do. Nary a day goes by that Horizon isn't bustling with some manner of merchants and officials. They keep us running about busy, and they do. Enough so that I wish I had chocobo legs to place some my own. And that's why I've asked Momodi to send me any souls looking for work. 12 know there is plenty of it to be done around here. Speak to me again when you are ready to make yourself of some use. Right, so being that I don't need these, I'll just get the old bronze pieces for the gill. Dadanan would like you to deliver a message to Copperbell Mines. It so happens that I've a situation that must be resolved post-haste, and I do mean post-haste. I'm plumb out of premium product, and my latest order has yet to arrive. If I keep my customers waiting any longer, this could irrevocably damage my reputation. What's worse, I paid my man in advance for his services. Despite his assurances that it would be a simple affair, I've heard nothing since he departed for Copperbell Mines days ago. Find Drunken Stag and give him this notice. I cannot afford any further delay. Right. Off we trot. At least I haven't got to run very far, it's just round the corner. Just up that slope. Oh, my food's run out. Right. Feed me. Give me some snacks. Chomp, chomp, chomp. And there's Drunken Stag. Talking to Torrid Whisper. They do have some really weird names, some of them. And it always seems to be the Rogadans that sort of like have the more unusual. Right, Drunken Stag. What do you want? Dadanan's product. Hand over the final notice. He can send all the notice he likes, but it won't change a thing. The concern has closed the mines due to some incident in the depths. It's a goddamn shame as well, too. Lost a decent haul just over yonder during all the chaos. Right, Drunken Stag needs someone to retrieve the raw Nashashite. Nashashite? Nashachite. Nashashite, yeah, one of them. He dropped outside the mines. The product you heard Dadanen going on about is the valuable gemstone known as raw Nashashite. I managed to dig up a goodly amount just before the mines were closed off, actually. Packed it up and hauled it out. But then, them 12 damn goblins came along. Not like any goblins I'd seen before, and hungry only for the good rocks. They had eyes for my gemstones, so I had no choice but to oblige. The stone torches had their hands full evacuating the mines, so they ignored the beasts. Even now, they're only concerned with keeping people out. Please, friend, if you're willing to face the goblins, would you bring me my Nashashite? Oh, of course. Oh, I don't mind fighting a few goblins. Right, first portal call. This one here, 4 mound. Level 10. Oh, poor thing. There goes one. Right, where's the other one? There it is. Right, all mine. Another one. Right, round the back. Run, run, run. Where are you? Ah, there. That was a bit of a bad issue there. Targeting everything apart from that. I suppose that's the only issue with you doing it on a controller. You can't sort of... It does that sometimes, sort of like when you try and target something, it targets something else if you're not looking roughly directly at it. Unlike using a mouse where you can just like click it, but... Never tried using a mouse on a PS5, to be honest. Alright, Drunken Stag. How did you fare, friend? Did you find the raw Nashashite? There you go. Beautiful, isn't it? Rarer than many stones, and more expensive than most. They say the green is the same as the eyes of Nanasha ul Nasha, who once ruled as the Sultana. This should save Dadanen from his troubles. If there's enough left, there's far less here than what I found. I reckon those goblins made a meal of the stuff. Bloody waste. I suppose I could get a helmet because that's the only thing the brand new armor doesn't have. So I can... bronze salad. There we go. Oh. Drunken Stag wishes to repay your kindness with some useful information. You'd like a chance to make some money, right? Then I know just how I can repay you for your kindness. Swarms of sun midges have been harassing travellers along the road, connecting Horizon to here. It's gotten so bad that the brass blades have started paying folks to keep the roads clear. If you find it hard to believe that swarms of tiny midges could be so troublesome, then you've never seen a chocobo driven into a frenzy by one. They've already been some terrible accidents. Do your part and slay a few swarms. After that, let Fufaloopa know he'll reward you for your trouble, and maybe even offer you more work. Right, reading this, I'm having trouble speaking. Can't even say words. How many do I need? 4. Okay. I'll save that one for last. Being that's, I presume I will have to... I went to the Gladiator because sort of like the old traditional sword and board sort of style, and the fact that you can Captain America the blooming shield. Oh no. It was back to Horizon. Let's go see Fufaloopa. Run! Sprint, sprint, sprint. You have my sincerest thanks. The brass blades have been struggling to keep them in check, so your assistance is greatly appreciated. Sorry about that, I pressed it without even realising. Will you be staying in Horizon long? If so, there is much and more you can do to help here. Gladly, I will gladly help, as long as you pay me. Last letter to Lost Hope. Fufaloopa wants you to track down a missing courier. Pray allow me to enlist your aid, brave adventurer. I would have you ascertain the whereabouts of a missive I sent to Lost Hope the other day. Captain Leo Frick is stationed there ever since he was transferred. We've exchanged letters, but never before has it taken this long to receive a reply. And so I fear that the courier may have met with some misfortune en route. She must have made it to Central Thanalan or the brass blades that patrol the roads between here and the Scorpion Crossing would have seen something. But if she made it as far as Blackbrush Station, she would have surely delivered the letter by now. Lost Hope is practically on its doorstep. I suggest you focus your search on the road to Blackbrush Station in Central Thanalan. With luck, you will find her quickly. Sweet. Right, so search for Central Thanalan. Now, do I be lazy and teleport, or do I go the long way? I could go the long way because I do believe my dusty mongrels are down here. And then that will finish my first level of my hunting log. Whee! I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. dusty mongrels. Hey, there's one. You gotta love that shield bash. It's stun on a short cooldown. And that makes me level 20. So it'll be time for my next class quest. Awesome. Stick them with the pointy end. And off we go. I did start sort of like a miner and the crafters that are in here as well, just to get them up to a decent level. But I didn't sort of like, thought I'd give that put that on the back burner for now. Now, I've also attuned myself with all the Ethernet shards as well. While I wasn't streaming or recording, I thought sort of like get it over and done with, so I don't bore you guys with sort of like just running around to sort of like just attuning myself to all these. It's a lot easier if it's already done and then just done. Same as like the class quests and everything like that. I probably won't do them on here because I just want to do like a story playthrough. Oh, yeah, my sprint's back up. It's the only downside of the sprint button is that it feels like a relatively long cooldown. Oh dear, that was oh no, that's alright. That's a hunt, those level 50 things. You see the little green icon above it? That basically means it's not going to attack you unless you attack it. You want to dodge the ones that are all in red at the top, because with the red symbol that means they'll just attack you for the hell of it. And when I'm at this lower level, they do pack a punch. Huh? A letter? Aye, I've got Foofaloopa's missive right here. I won't be delivering it anytime soon though. Got to tend to my bird's injured leg first. Even the most minor of cuts can fester if ignored. Foofaloopa sent you, right? If this is a pressing matter, why don't you take it the rest of the way? Lost Hope's just past Blackbrush Station to the northeast. Look for the tents by the river. Ah, it's on the way to the clutch. Yeah. will be so glad when I do get my mount. I do keep saying it, but it's just it's so much faster. Oh, and we're nearly there. We're coming up to it. And there he is, Leo Frick. Leo Frick, my friend. Just passing through, or will you be staying a while? Well, I'll be staying as long as you pay me. Fufalupa sent you all this way because of a late letter. The boy is still far too earnest. Despite my demotion, he continues to call me captain. I suspect he has no idea what it means to be transferred to Lost Hope either. The brass blades don't give a quickern's arse about this settlement. No one in Uldar does. All here have been forsaken, adventurer. The refugees, their protectors, and you will be too, if you're seen associating with us. Thank you for the letter. Now, for your own good, leave. Oh, so abrupt. Leo Frick has a request for an adventurer looking to do some good. Well, I'm here. I thought I told you to get out of here. What? Looking for a chance to do some good? I guess I can't force you to leave. Damn stubborn adventurers, the lot of you. Fine, then. Listen well. A band of outlaws has taken up residence at the Quivering Manse on the ridge to the south. Their leader has styled himself heir to Iolande Quiveron, the syndicate member who died in the calamity. Tuh. The Baron and his cronies are naught more than a pack of jackals. They prey on the people of Lost Hope, robbing them of what little they have. I myself cannot act without endangering the refugees, as they know my face and will retaliate against Lost Hope. You, however, are not known to the bandits or their allies. If you wish to help us, then deal with the Baron. Gladly. Anything to bring peace to Thanalan. All the way over there. These ants are annoying, especially when when you come down here and you're like level 10, 11, and they just constantly harass you. You know what? Hunting log. Why not? Test my blade. Eat shield. Trot, trot, trot. Now what? Might as well get all three. Pop that, pop my rampart. And total eclipse. There we go. My hunting log filled straight away. stun. It's one of the good things about a gladiator compared to a marauder. Gladiator's got shield bash, which is basically I think it is on the GCD, which makes it even quicker than say low blow, where low blow's off. It's sort of like off global cooldown. I think it's like I don't know actually. I can't remember how many seconds a low blow is, but it's a bit more than shield bash. And obviously, if you're in a say say Ifrit for example, you can stun him on eruption, which interrupts the actual move. He casts it quite close to each other, so if you pop him with low blow, you're not going to be able to use your low blow on the second time of the eruption, which is awesome with shield bash because you can just spam it virtually. But stun only works 3 times per enemy, and then after the 3rd time they basically become immune to it. So before it gets to 3 times, you got to basically just do them in. Right, Leofric. So it is done. Good. I hope that wretch died screaming. Uldar is more prosperous than ever, some say. That may be true for the Syndicate, but none of that wealth has trickled down to the small folk. It's all a mummer's farce. One day I refused to play my part, and so I was made to leave the stage. Aye, my time has passed. The brass blades of the rose must look to others for guidance. Poor Leofric. Basically been screwed over from the very people that he gave his life for. Life in service to. Right, Leofric. Leofric would like you to deliver an item to Horizon. As you may have noticed, I'm in no shape to leave Lost Hope right now. So in my stead, I'd like you to return to Horizon and give this dagger to Fufalupa. Although it's just an old ornamental dagger, it belongs with the brass blades of the rose. I should have given it to the boy before I came here. And actually, no, I won't use an Aetheryte ticket. So Aetheryte tickets are basically free travel passes. And I've got the starter bundle, which basically gives you 99 of them, which I try and save for later on when the teleportation cost gets a little bit too pricey. Alright, Fufalupa. Ah, Darkus, I received word from Captain Leofric the other day. Thank you for delivering the letter for me. No problem. It is a dagger. Well, why do you have that dagger? Only a captain of the brass blades of the rose is permitted to possess it. Captain Leofric says I am to have it? There must be some mistake. He couldn't possibly mean to tell me that... No, of course not. I'm not worthy to wield it. Nevertheless, I shall respect the captain's wishes and take the dagger into safekeeping until he comes to reclaim it. He's in the full stage of denial. Bless him. Following footfalls, Fufalupa needs you to assist his fellow brass blades. Oh, new shield. The brass blades of the rose have need of your assistance once more, Darkus. Thaumaturgs. That's either thaumaturgs or thaumaturgis. Thaumaturgs? Yeah. I hear other people pronounce it differently. From the ossuary are presently surveying the footfalls for ancient relics. As the area is rife with wild beasts, the Horizon garrison has been charged with their security. But Captain Baldwin sent only a handful of brass blades, despite his assurance to the contrary. Such a small unit cannot possibly be sufficient to protect our patrons. I would have you offer your assistance to my comrades. Pray travel to the footfalls and speak with Totaruna. And there's Totaruna. Totaruna, a bleeding venturer, come to help. I ain't heard nothing from Captain Baldwin about this. He said trusted men only. Any road, we've got this under control, and besides, this operation ain't got nothing to do with Futaloopa. Boy's got a stick up his arse the size of a subatander. It's no wonder the captain told him to stay at Horizon. Well, that's not very nice, is it? Nunu Zofu. I've got to go on in them. Hey, adventurer. Mind running a message to Crescent Cove for us? Captain Baldwin's planning some festivities for the thaumaturgs, and he wants them treated to the finest food and drink. Nothing but the best for our distinguished guests, eh? Head west and south to the village and tell Raff that he's to deliver a bounty of fresh fish to Horizon for the feast. Request granted. Ooh. After my hunting log. Because once you hit, sorry, not once you've hit, but once you've got to the level 5s and you finish level 5s, you actually get a ring that's specialised for the class that you've done the hunting log for. So mine would be a gladiator ring, a monk's ring, a marauder's ring, so on and so forth. You get the gist. That should be all. Hey, that's all, folks. That away. Oh. More hunting log stuff. Bouncy, bouncy. Down near. We've got to go up this way. Down we go, Raffe. Or Raff. Fresh fish for Captain Baldwin? Of course, of course. We will do our best, madam. Unfortunately, we've had a poor catch in recent days on account of the rough seas. More boats should be returning soon, but I cannot promise that their catch will please. But don't worry, milady. The captain will have his fish. I swear it. Someone's a little bit on the nervous side. Merilda may have stumbled upon a secret. You are an adventurer, are you not? I know this is sudden, but I have no one else to turn to. Last night, a gang of bandits from the Quivering Manse were in their cups, and I overheard them discussing their plans. It seems they've come to collect gemstones stolen from Copperbell mines. Nashashite, I think I heard one say. They are to meet with the conspirator soon at the footfalls. What did you say? Hey, Foofaloopa! Illicit exchanges and shadowy dealings, the brass blades cannot abide such malfeasance. Forgive my eavesdropping, Darkers. I came to Crescent Cove merely to thank you in person. I never imagined I'd uncover a criminal conspiracy right outside Horizon's gates. We must act quickly. If we are to apprehend these thieves, I will notify Captain Baldwin at once. No, wait, you mustn't. Oh, gods. You must stop him before it's too late. Captain Baldwin himself is working with the bandits. Traitor. And there's Baldwin. Captain Baldwin, sir. I've discovered something shocking. Something horrible. Someone has been stealing gemstones from Copperbell mines and... Wait. Those gauntlets. Those boots. Why... You're one of Quivering's men. Sir, that man is a thief and a scoundrel. And? What of it? His coin's good, and that's what counts. What? Captain Baldwin, are you working with these men? It cannot be. I told you to stay in Horizon, Foofaloopa. It didn't have to be like this. They'd get their nanashite, I'd get my gil, and none would be the wiser. All because of greed. Sounds right for Aldar, though. But sir, what if your crimes are uncovered? What if Lord Lolorito finds out? You goddamn fool. Don't you see? I'm acting under the authority of Lord Lolorito himself. No. This can't be true. Why do you think people join the Brass Blades, Foofaloopa? To serve and protect? We're not the bloody flames here. We do this for the coin. You there, adventurer. Do you remember me? Well, I remember you. I am Sir Baron von Quiveren IV, Esquire. You killed my brother, and now I'm going to return the favour. Really? You in what army, mister? Well, that settles it. It's clearly in everyone's best interest that both of you die. I don't think so. Get rid of the brass blade first. Oh, another brass blade. That's a bit easier, that one. Alright, now go back to Baldwin. Stun don't work. Alright, there we go. And that duty's done. That's enough, Baldwin. Your partner is dead, and your plans are undone. You've no reason left to fight. Stay out of this, Leofric. I don't take orders from you. I may have spared your life before, but if you interfere, I will not show you mercy. And what mercy will he show you? I wonder. You who have done so much in another man's name. What are you blabbering on about? Every fisherman in Crescent Cove knew about your meeting. You arrogant fool. Quivering's men couldn't keep their mouths shut. Imagine Lord Lolorito's surprise when he learned that a rank-and-file brass blade was using his name to advance a personal agenda. He knows? 7 hells, but I'm a captain. He wouldn't... I was once a captain too, remember? And we both know what happened to me. Well fought, boy. You've done the brass blades of the Rose proud. Captain Leofric, Captain Baldwin, he said that Lord Lolorito wouldn't waste his time on a small-scale smuggling operation. This is all Baldwin's doing. What else did he say? That all our brethren are no better, and that each and every one cares for naught but coin? Ha! Mere excuses to justify his schemes. Aye, we've no shortage of greedy sods, some who'd probably sell their own mothers into slavery if the price was right. But there are men like you, Fufulupa, men good and true, whom the small folk respect. Which is why I gave you the dagger. The brass blades of the Rose need a leader with honour, and you're the most honourable man I know. Captain... Thank you for all your help, Darkus. The captain and I will escort Captain Baldwin back to Horizon. Pray visit me in town when next you return. Alrighty then. Right, back to Horizon we go, guys. Would hope I went the right way to begin with. Oh. Fufulupa. What's that? Welcome back, Darkus. So much has happened. Captain Baldwin has been arrested and stripped of rank, which means the brass blades of the Rose no longer have a captain. Until a new one is designated, I've been ordered to serve as an acting captain of the Horizon Garrison. Hey, good job, Fufulupa. Though doubtless this is only a temporary arrangement, I will do my utmost to represent my brethren and protect the people of Horizon. Thank you, Darkus. For your service to the Sultana, you are a true hero. Why, thank you, Fufalupa. At least my efforts aren't in vain. Fufalupa would entrust you with a matter of grave import. I salute you, honoured friend. As acting captain, I should be much obliged if you would grant me a personal request. In our efforts to ascertain the full extent of the former captain's corruption, we have been poring over his personal correspondence. Our search unearthed this sealed letter after addressed to a man named Owain. But he is one of the Sultan's sworn elite. I can think of no reason why he should have any dealings with Baldwin. We now know that the former captain was consorting with a coalition of criminals. Could it be that Owain was too? This letter may well serve as evidence of the collusion, and so I dare not tamper with it myself. But given the events of recent days, I knew not whom to trust with this information, until now. I have chosen you, Darkus. Pray bear the letter to Mistress Momodi of the Quicksand, and relate the circumstances of its discovery. Not only is she a staunch supporter of the Sultana, but she is well acquainted with the Sultan Sworn. She will know how best to proceed. Alright, where be my chocobo keep? There it is. Chocobo keep. I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna ride a chocobo. Also gives me a chance to have a drink. I do like how each individual mount has got its own music that goes with it. It's like on my alt character that I have, it's got sort of like the all the horses from the A Realm Reborn extremes, and each one of them has got a theme song or theme tune for the actual primal fight, which is pretty cool. Because some of the theme songs are some of the actual themes from the game in general. Is absolutely phenomenal. But I do like the Ramu music. That's pretty cool. Right, off to Miss Momodi. Tessie Tickles. Cool name. Sometimes it's quite interesting just to sort of like see what people have named their characters and some of like the combinations they have. It's sort of like, it's quite interesting. Had a glitch there, Jesus. Doing, doing. Modi. Darkus, it's been too long. Dadanen tells me you've been keeping busy in Horizon. I want you to know that I'm grateful for everything you've done for the people of Uldar. Even though you've seen the seedier side of our city, you've continued to help your fellow man. Believe me, the folk around here love you for it. What is it? You look like you've got something to say. Yeah, I've got this letter. So, that's what this is about. Fufulupa's thinking Owain might have been in league with Baldwin, that this letter could be proof of something shady. Well, he needn't worry. Owain's as loyal as Sultan Sworn as I've never known. I haven't the foggiest what this says, but... Wait a minute. Wasn't Owain the one who... Who what? Oh, hells, I've got a bad feeling about this. Listen, Darkus, I think I know what this is all about, but I need you to swear to keep it quiet. If you'd rather wash your hands of this business, I won't hold it against you. But if you're determined to see it through to the bitter end, say the word and I'll explain. Go for it. Please tell me. Can I count on your discretion, Darkus? If so, then listen closely. What do we get? The Ordan ring. What are you going to tell me? The outside world believes Uldar to be a sultanate ruled by Sultana Nanamo or Namo. Truth is, though, it's the 6 wealthiest citizens that hold the most sway, the Syndicate. Be that as it may, the Sultana's still got the support of the people. Oh, excuse me. But she might struggle to keep even that if a certain incident becomes public knowledge. It pains me to say it, but Her Grace's crown, the symbol of the royal dynasty, has been stolen. And Owain's the Sultan Sworn who was charged with guarding it that night. I'd bet anything this letter was written by the bastards who made off with the crown. It can't be a coincidence that a man we know to have been fraternising with the thieves had a letter for Owain of all people, at this of all times. You need to take this to the man himself, Darkus. Tell him Mamodi sent you and that it concerns a lost heirloom. If it looks as though the fellow needs help, I want you to lend it to him. The future of our fair city may depend on it. Yes, ma'am. And I'm off. Let's go find Owain. Sultan Sworn, if I remember rightly, are near the Alchemist Guild. There we go. Sultan Sworn Elite. Let me in. The heart of the Sworn lies beyond. State your business. Pardon? Did you say a lost heirloom? Proceed. Owain. Well met, adventurer. What business brings you here this day? A letter? Very well, let's see it. Here you go. Have you read this, adventurer? Nope. I see. But you have some inkling as to its contents, I think? Yep. Mistress Mamodi has doubtless explained to you the significance of the crown and what its loss could mean for Her Grace, the Sultana. This theft shames the Sultan Sworn, and me most of all. The blame is mine, you see. I grew lax in my duties, and in a moment of carelessness... No, it will do no good to recount the tale now. Since the hour of the theft, we've searched frantically for any signs, any whispers as to the whereabouts of the crown. We have found nothing. The identity of the thieves and their motives seemed fated to remain a mystery until you arrived bearing this ransom note. In it, the criminals state their price for the return of Her Grace's crown. And though it pains me to say it, I fear I have no choice but to acquiesce to their demands. Too much is at stake to do otherwise. The crown symbolizes Her Grace's birthright and identifies her as the custodian of the UI legacy, the old legacy. It must be recovered. I will travel to the unholy heir and pay them their ransom. Though I am not foolish enough to meet these men alone, as they stipulate, I dare not bring a host of my comrades, lest the thieves take fright. Friend, would you consent to be present for the exchange? Mistress Mamodi has always spoken of you in the most glowing terms, and I have never yet had reason to question her judgment. On behalf of all those still loyal to the Sultana, I beseech you, help us in our hour of need. Of course. Right, on that note, I'm gonna say farewell and catch you on the flip side. Bye.